Alright, I guess it's gonna be Saber. But we hate the Sabers. So is there anything else? Can we go for Amplify instead? Oof. The Saber pack is so much better, isn't it? I don't know. Just the Saber is just so garbage. Even if the pack is better, I'm thinking not. Let's not go for it. Um, so not sure how we're gonna position this. We need to make sure that we don't get splashed. I think the only way we can do it is like something like this. Because, yeah. We have nothing in front of the tower. So it might make sense to put things one square up, but we just don't want it to splash into the units. I think the one square up is a maybe an okay way to play this. Because generally speaking, we're not going to put anything more in front of the tower. Okay, let's look at this first salvo. Minimal splash onto the tanks. So, gotta say that's positioning wise, that's like a 8.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. That's almost perfect. Yeah. And because of that, we're able to pretty much, you know, go to his storm line with almost all our units left. So that's pretty huge. Wasp, Fang. I love Fangs, but I don't think it's going to be great here. Wasp is going to be pretty good. Could always just go for Fangs, just so... Okay, so what is he doing? Actually does not run the Extinguisher. He has armor instead. Okay, so that makes us really want to go for fire. I think it's has to be a Wasp here. The Fang is great because of the extra deployments, but like we don't have anything on our back line, and he's not really pushing in. So we'll go for a Wasp, and I want to go for Phantom Rays, but we kind of can't go for Phantom Rays. That's the problem. That's the only problem with Wasp. We have to go for 2 more Wasps. It's not really going to happen. We go for 2 Wasps. That we can go for. All right, we can even put the item on the Wasp. Not sure if that does anything. It's probably better than not doing anything. And either another, maybe we could go for another one of these guys and put the beacon. Not loving the positioning of this, because it's some of our units. Yeah, we do get one volley in here, but overall, that was pretty good. Second volley is gonna go, yeah, pretty much nowhere. So this is doing a lot, actually. He goes for the fangs, which counters our wasps. I still don't think we should go for fangs because, we're on his side of the board. He's not on our side, so the fangs are not going to be good for pushing. It's going to force a response. Probably, it's most likely going to be Mustangs. And we'll just go for fire with the Phantom Race next round. He cannot click Extinguisher. Mass-produced Wasp would have been amazing if we didn't go for it. But it's not going to work. Efficient tech is actually good because we're about to go for some techs. The only problem is we can't afford anything now because of, but we wouldn't have been able to anyways. So, yeah, probably put the stronger one here. Level this guy up because it's doing something. Okay, it's gonna be a fang carry kind of situation. That's interesting. Well, let's see how well that's gonna do into the fire. very rare to see fangs with range. It is obviously a strong tech, but you really wouldn't do it as your first tech, I think. I do think it is a mistake into what we're going to do. So, I mean, there's no way we're building more wasps. These fangs are leveling up, which is not good. Yeah, we just need time to get the fire online. I don't think we clicked this again. There's no way that's good. Just go. We can't go for anything here. Let's skip. We actually could have clicked that extra tech. Actually, I wish we could have go back and change our play there. But maybe we just go for another hound. Maybe we go for our own crawler. I think it's just going to be another hound. So I would have preferred to go for the you know, the extra. The second efficient tech, but we hardly ever pick even efficient tech once, so I think picking it twice is just a little too crazy. He already knows what we're gonna do, so good thing we didn't go for the extra pack of crawlers. It's so obvious what we're gonna do. With this avatar, it's almost like, yeah, we're just gonna go for straight cheese. At least we have the late hounds here, just in case we need to reignite something, but... Oh, this is just way too much. These fangs are actually countering us. And he got the extra 10 range. Did he click, he didn't even click the range on the tower. Okay. I think the way we deal with this is actually more phantom rays on the front. Like, I think that's the proper way to deal with it, but the missile is just better. Maybe for the near future. In the short term, I mean. Okay, so we need more and more of these phantom rays. That's the only way we can get more fire down. Ideally get shield. You have the perfect amount of money for that, so we'll go for it. Once he goes for the missile interceptor here, we could just go for phantom rays here. Or we could just put our own crawler here as well. It's playing a very dangerous game. Like, if his stuff catches on fire, it's gonna be very bad for him. I mean, look at the range, 140 range. That's almost as much as a marksman. Like a base level marksman, so yeah, I gotta say it's pretty strong. Just depends where the fire actually hits, and if we get connections. That's what it all. See, that got wasted. That depends if our units can keep putting down the fire. Because I mean, if he had the extinguisher dogs here, I think this is a really solid build. But he's pretty unlucky that he doesn't run extinguisher. So now, if our phantom rays level up, it just kind of makes it worse for him. Just like if his units level up. Additional deploy, we could go for that. But it's kind of almost GG time, so let's skip. Can't believe these are doing some damage. Might as well continue to level them. Just continue to do this until he makes us do something else. Okay, what is he gonna do here? Probably boats, right? So we go Phoenixes now. Or do we just keep doubling down on this? I want to keep doubling down, but I know it's very risky. So we'll do a little bit of doubling down. We'll do a little bit more of the phoenixes, just so we have a bit of counterplay into what we expect him to do. And I mean, at this point, maybe we don't want to level up one of these wasps. So let's take our turn back. I'd rather get the oil down. So 1 Phantom Ray, 2 Phoenixes. We're running out of time. Don't know if we can actually complete this turn. I just want to get the oil. And maybe a defense. Okay, nice nice block there. Ooh, that's an unlucky missile there. So if the game continues, it's gonna be the War Factory finisher. He does have Ignite though on the Fang, so he can click. He can beat our War Factory. But yeah, this is pretty much how I expected it to go. So now he has to anticipate the War Factory. The Raiden's scary, but could also go for Sandworms, right? Just Sandworms here instead of the War Factory is pretty smart. Why don't we try that? So this acts as like a new front line. Do 3 or 4 squares up from the Phantom Ray. Ideally, we go for a cell somewhere as well. Just not sure like what we can sell out of, if anything. Maybe a wasp. So we go for the item. Let's click speed because I think we need the speed in this situation. And what else? What else here? Let's go for another missile here. Okay, it's going to be Raidens with range, which is going to be good into the mech div worms once you divide, but it might be pretty decent. I don't know. Like, is the Sandworm good into his double shot marksman? But they're only level 2. Kind of forgot to beacon this, but yeah, could be a mistake here. Now the idea is hopefully we can get just the Sandworm to start tanking, like for the you know, as a front line, so our other units can get in front. Looks pretty good so far, but at the same time, like all our air units are dead, so you do win the ground, but there's nothing left. So, yeah, the problem is we don't have anything really into the Raidens. We need more Phoenixes. Wasp Swarm? I don't think so. Laser sights, maybe, on a Phoenix. I think we just need the money, right? For the War Factory. Level 1. Okay, we can get a level 2 War Factory with armor. We even still have money for the missile, but we don't have money for the range. So it's kind of a problem, but what do we do here? We run into the same problem as we had before, right? That problem is we don't have anything, we don't have any air units per se. The EMP is going to be nasty on the War Factory. Not sure if he predicted the War Factory. What we would have done if it weren't for... I mean, we could have went for War Factory on that first round. I'm not sure if it would have worked as good as the Sandworm. Could argue the War Factory is a little bit forward, but at least it does something. Like, this is not great. It's either that or the range. I think the range is more important. We do have 3 Raidens kind of locking onto it. This War Factory isn't doing enough, and I think we're gonna lose our air army here. It's gonna be GG for sure. Alright, so first step is to look at this round, where we went for the worms. I don't think we needed to go for the worms. I think the problem was we didn't have any air army. So I think we could have tried a couple things. Like, let's say we go for this, sell out, and just go for more phoenixes, right? Because that's where we are weak. We're weak to more phoenixes. We're weak to potential air. Could upgrade everything. And I don't know about cloak, but because there's, you know, not sure how much cloak does. Let's just get a couple more phoenix. Probably click range, probably click charge shot actually, even, because we don't need range if our phantom rays are visible and they're tanking. Continue to missile. What else can we do here? Maybe we'll range these guys, click EMP. Just do another random missile in the middle. Probably shield would have been better than the levels in the EMP. But we lose our front line. I think it's because the Raidens, they're chopping down a front line to the point where they can't launch the fire, which makes it really hard. I wonder if we could just brute force more of the Phantom Rays, maybe go cloak. Because, you know, we're just trying to keep the fire going. Can we ever hit this guy, like, before this guy? Okay. Yeah, that was a pretty bad missile here. So I'm wondering if the cloak does anything here. Looks like it does a lot. All right, that's about 1500 something. Yeah, we're able to win there. And the other question is, what if we just go for factory right away? I think the problem with the factory is we don't actually have enough of a front line. Like his ratings, they only shoot 1/3 of the time at the factory, so 2/3 of their power is still going to be on the back units, which makes it pretty bad. So I wonder if we ever go for like the EMP here. I mean the HE. I don't know if we could just send them straight forward like this. And I guess we want these guys to be like, I guess we want this guy to be like here. Ideally, we have everything here. Okay. Let's see how this works. Because his army is mainly just Fang, so you want HE, you'd imagine. It's just clearing chaff. This war factory has nothing better to do. There's no units bigger than a marksman here. So the HE actually makes a lot of sense. And if we can get to the tower, then we pretty much just win. Maybe not this side. Alright, we do pretty much the same amount of damage. Right? So those are two ways to win. I think the factory is just a bit more reliable, I think. Except for clicking the HE is a bit risky. We haven't really played around with that. I was expecting him to go worms as well. Okay, so we do this, and now we went for the factory, but we lost. So is there any other way we can play it? Do we just go for more phoenixes? Do we go for cloak? I don't think so, because he's gonna have superiority over the air anyways. So I think we want like range or we want EMP. We could try range first. I think we need to elite recruit some just because we're kind of really far behind on the air DPS level. This guy can just go here and we'll just get one missile for this guy. All right. So the idea is we'll have enough like tanking action in the front, and then the phoenixes will just chop away at the raidens. You know, they're in a pretty good range. They don't have an advantage in range, but they're decently far away. That just maybe, you know, we can get on top of the raiden. I mean, the thing is, it's so annoying. The raidens can just like reach out with their laser beams, and they could we're actually winning this side. See, like they could shoot this, but they're always killing more of our precious units, and you could just see here, like for no reason we just lose our phoenixes. So I wonder if, I mean, you could argue shield is good on the phoenix, because the only thing really that's going to take out those guys is the and you'd wonder if we need to actually sell out of this. We could go for a shield, and I think we also go for range, just to make sure we are like not getting hit super hard. Go for the speed. There's an argument for charge shot instead of range on the Phoenix, just because, you know, but I just don't know how these these raidens, how they attack. Like, do they just pick 3 units within the range? I mean, they're always going to be in the range, though. That's the problem. So if they're always going to be in the range, then you may as well just go charge shot, just so that you can one-shot the... Yeah, so for some reason this didn't work because we needed that extra worm. I wonder if the factory with the EMP tech is just a little bit better. So let's say we skip out of this. We need to make a huge commitment into the factory. Go for factory, armor, and let's try to go for the HE. And we might as well, I mean, we can go on the strong side here. Or we could go here with kind of more units, or we could go on the weaker side. I think they're both kind of fine. Okay, so actually, I meant to click photon in HE. Should have occurred to me that the proper response is going to be the EMP. I mean, I didn't know really it was that big of a deal, but the EMP is pretty good overall. But I still think, you know, why doesn't he just go charge or something? Because I mean, the charge is pretty good too, right? So what if we start him in the corner and just make him move up a little bit? So they're still shooting 2 beams at the enemy units. But our goal here is to get into the tower, right? That's our goal. Okay, we are on the tower. Are we able to finish his units? Not here. Not so great here because we don't have that much DPS. Okay, get another chance. Kind of stuck on the chaff. It's just barely enough. But it's going to be a lot of damage because of all the worms that are alive, so... Yeah, I think it's the... I mean, is it the HE or is it the launcher overload? If we're going to get to the tower, you know, we're going to need... we're going to need either one, right? What gets us to the tower quicker? And is it even, like... Do 2 factories make sense? I guess we can't go for photon. I mean, I guess we can't go for the EHA, so wouldn't you just go for like 2 factories, maybe right through the middle? You know, the amount of damage you could do with 2 factories is pretty significant, right? Like how the factories are all moving forward and they're doing a lot of damage. They're doing a lot of tanking. It's not quite enough though. It's not quite enough at all. I mean, are we going to be able to get onto the tower here, or just barely? But is there anything left for the air? No. So to make this happen with a factory, it's gonna have to be a little bit more well played. Like you can see already the amount of times we try to play this. So photon is going to be a necessity, and we're going to need the HE. We're still going to need all these techs. So why don't we put it in this corner? Well, we'll go like here. And like this. Okay, so we actually went for armor instead of HE here. That's why we're actually so bad at clearing the chaff. Let's just see if actually the armor is better than the HE. I mean, it pretty much gets to the tower at the same time. It doesn't make a huge difference. The only question is, what air army do we have left? We have a very limited air army. It's only one Phantom Ray left now. And, yeah, it's just not enough. So not enough. Alright, so let's say we try to play this through more Phoenixes. Right? Are we ever going to be able to get through? So, I guess range is good. There's a lot of technologies that are good here. One, you know... Wasps are actually doing something, so I don't know. I don't know about doing this, but... It does give us another technology. Go for the shield. And maybe the attack? Now, if we get EMP'd, we lose the shield and we lose the range on the Phoenixes. But our Phoenixes are still fine. The only problem is the chaff clear. And if our Phantom Rays are dead, then there's no more chaff clear, really. The worms don't do that amazing for chaff clear. They could go first strike, but do you really want the worms to be clearing chaff? Maybe we do. So the Phoenixes doesn't look like it works anymore. Pretty sure Cloak is not what you want because of the EMP. So what if we go for first strike? We can go for replicate. Just go all out on more worms. Let's just see about range speed. What can we sell out of? Maybe the tank? I think we probably upgrade these guys. Okay. You cannot actually disable replicate and strike, so I'm thinking that's the counter to potential EMP. Or wait a second. Do they get disabled like if they pause too quick? If they like if they get up too quick? They emerge from the ground faster. Kind of looks like they are doing something. But the problem again is that there's no air army left. So unless we run the anti-air, I don't think this is gonna work too well. So it's just gonna be, I think it's just pretty much GG for us. We could do the could try the HE, like could try the HE, or we could try the launcher overload factory on the corner. So we could try that. think the HE is better, but it's hard to say because it does kind of move a little bit. It does make this does want to move a little bit more because if there's nothing there, there's nothing like if there's no targets, then it moves forward. Of course, this missile is going to be annoying, but it still moves a little bit. Doubling the attack has to be better than like the HE, right? Okay, let's see what air units we have left. Yeah, so we still don't have any air units, so it's really hard, I think, to win this because we need both air units and then we also need like the war factory. Perhaps instead of the second technology, we go for a more phoenixes or phoenix range. Is that what we need to do? Was that the mistake? And how bad is even the factory in the middle? Let's say we go for photon. Like, you know, we'll just, you know, I think the middle and here, they're both kind of the similar. So we don't have any range here, but we can't afford anything. That's the problem. Can't even afford temp range, which is not good. Yeah, the Phoenix are basically all dead. So, yeah, maybe, you know, the last round is probably too little too late.